welcome back to another episode of Tastefully Balanced. I'm Miriam and Ramadan Mubarak. So if you aren't familiar with what Ramadan is, it's basically a month where Muslims from all around the world fast from sunrise to sunset. And then they have iftar, which is the meal at sunset that you have to break your fast. And so I thought this was a perfect opportunity to go shopping and to show you basically everything that I get. So I went to the International Food Bazaar, which is an international store that has things from like Bangladesh, India, Pakistan, the Middle East, and a bunch of halal things. And so yeah, I'm gonna just show you guys what I got. So if you like haul videos, please subscribe and keep watching. Alright, welcome back. So I figured I would do all the freezer items and all the fridge items first so that I can put them all away because it's quite a hot day today and so I don't want them sitting out for too long. But of course, let me start off with this item first. Pitted dates. So you cannot have iftar without dates. It is a necessary item to break your fast and it just does not feel like a full meal without starting off with this first. So I got a package of dates because I was all out. And then next, I got some potato samosa, and this one is a mixed vegetable samosa. So I like to kind of keep these in the freezer. So if anyone is to come over for iftar or they want to come and break the fast with us, I have something to just kind of quickly throw into the oven and have it done. And I like to personally just bake these in the oven. I think it's a little bit healthier, even though you know this isn't the best, but at least that way it's just baked in the oven. All right, next we have 3 pounds of some ground beef. So nothing special really about this. I just kind of like having this around to make some desi dishes once in a while. I'm not a huge meat eater in general, especially red meat, so I don't usually have ground beef in my freezer. It's usually ground chicken or ground turkey, but once in a while it's good to have, and yeah, so switch it up a little bit. Puff pastry. So this is really interesting. The usual ones I get are the long pieces at the regular grocery store, so this is kind of nice. It's already in squares, so it would be easy to just fill it in and bake it in the oven, so definitely excited to use this. Next, I have some chicken rashmi kebabs. So I was told to try this out by a friend of mine at work, and basically I've tried it out before, these kind of pre-packaged chicken kebabs, but they were always really dry, and I think it's because I used to bake it in the oven. And these ones, if you just fry it with a tiny little bit of oil on a frying pan, it's so much better. But anyways, these are just for the nights that you know you're tired from fasting and you just really want a quick meal for iftars. Puff plain paratha. So I don't usually eat paratha because if you know how to make them, they're not the healthiest. Has a lot of oil, lots of layers of dough, so I don't usually make them, but when we do want to have them, or if we have people over and you want to treat them to something a little special, then I like having these in the freezer, and then I don't really have to worry about them. They're very easy to fry up. You don't even need oil. If you have a non-stick fry pan, just put them right on it, and because of all the butter and everything in here already, you just fry it right up. And this particular brand is my favorite. I've tried a few different ones, but this one tastes so good. Tastes exactly like homemade, so definitely try this one out if you can find it. All right, so the next thing I have is cilantro. And this is kind of funny that I'm putting this in this haul, but cilantro is something that whenever I cook desi food, there has to be cilantro in it. And I don't know what it is, but I grew up hating cilantro, and whenever my mom would put it in dishes, and she used to put a lot, I would hate it. And so I don't know, but now that I'm living on my own and cooking my own things, I love it. I love putting fresh cilantro on everything, and it's my favorite garnish. And yeah, desi food just isn't the same without cilantro, so definitely have cilantro. I also have mint in our garden, so I didn't buy mint, but that's another thing that I like to put sometimes on top of some desi dishes, but cilantro is a must. All right, so a few more produce items. I've got some dherash in Bangla, or okra. So I love okra. I love frying it up with some turmeric or a hulud and salt, and that's really it. It's so good, and yeah, it's a great veggie, and I love it. I used to not love it as a kid, but something about growing up, your taste buds change or something, but I absolutely love it now. All right, I've got some curry leaves. So these are just some fresh curry leaves. I love the flavor of this. It's so delicious in like a boot or any kind of desi dish. So definitely need to get some of that. And then the last item I have is some fresh chilies. I love spicy food. This is the best chili ever. Nothing beats this type of chili. No jalapenos, no serrano peppers, no. It's all about these green chilies. So definitely had to stock up on that. All right, the next thing I have is Rooh Afza. So I'm pretty sure a lot of people are familiar with this. This is something that's just so nostalgic to me. Not the best for you. It's probably just a bunch of sugar with a little bit of rose extract or something, but it's just not the same without having some Rooh Afza at iftar. So I definitely love this. I had to get it again, and I get it every single year during Ramadan. Guava juice. I thought I got mango juice as well, but I don't see it in my bag, so maybe I put it away at some point. But you know, just once in a while, you just want something different. I like to add sparkling water to either this one or the mango one, just because for me this is a little sweet. So the sparkling water kind of dilutes it a little bit and gives it a little bit of a carbonated taste. All right, so the next thing I have is some plum chutney. So I had this at my mother-in-law's house and I absolutely loved it. I don't know if she got exactly this one, but I saw this one and wanted to try it out. My mom makes some really good achar from scratch with like plums that we grow in our garden. And that, nothing can beat that, but you know, this is close, I guess. So just got some achar and then some ghee, which it's so hot, it's like melting right now, but this is just clarified butter. I think you can find this anywhere. Usually I get the one that has like Bengali writing on it. I don't know what it is. It's something that my parents probably told me over and over again, but if it has Bangla writing on it or something, Bengali on it, they think it's more authentic. So they like to get things that are in Bengali, or so yeah. Anyways, there's another one that is in Bengali that I couldn't find this time around, but this one I'm sure is just as good. All right, so that's about half of the haul. So I'm gonna go ahead and put all the freezer and fresh produce away and then start on this side and show you guys what I got. All right, so I forgot to share with you guys just one other produce item, and that is mangoes. So I love mangoes during this time of year. They're so good, they're so delicious, they're fresh. And yeah, I in general love to have fresh fruits and vegetables at iftar, just because I feel like that really, I don't know, quenches my hunger. And you know, I try to stay away from fried foods, which is a very popular thing to have for iftar in, you know, Pakistan, Bangladesh, India. But I just feel like, you know, you feel really bloated and heavy when you have that kind of stuff. All right, so I've got a few spices that I just needed to stock up on. So here is some mustard seeds that I needed for cooking. And then I have some cumin seeds that I was just running out of and I needed. And then last is chili powder. So hopefully this isn't as crazy hot as the last one, but you just never know what you're gonna get. So always try it out a little before. Oh, and then I have another one, some dried chili peppers. So I love adding this, you know, and it's not just for eating. I just love the color that it gives off in dishes. So definitely had to stock up on that. Jello, so these are just some halal jellos. that I got and picked up. I like to just kind of have this to cool down with at night and add some fruits to it because you know I love my fruits for iftar. But yeah, just wanted to get a few different kinds. I got strawberry, cherry, and mango. I got this strawberry Falooda mix. I'm not sure if this is any good. I've never actually made Falooda from scratch, so that's probably something I want to try someday. But yeah, saw this, thought it would be good, especially since it's so hot right now. So definitely want to try this one out. All right, so I'm not sure what you call these, but the bag itself broke, so I had to put it in a Ziploc bag. But it's basically you put it in, you deep fry them, so not the best, but you deep fry them, they puff up, and then you put a little bit of sugar and you just have it like that. So yeah, if you guys know what this is or what it's called, leave it in the comment section below because I have no idea. So next I have these vermicelli noodles. If you guys know what shemai is, you can make shemai out of this. I actually wanted to try a more savory dish with this. Usually growing up I've only had sweet dishes with this, but there's a ton of recipes that I've seen that is savory, and it's kind of with like peanuts and haldi and all these other spices that I wanted to kind of try out. So that's mainly why I got it. It was to try that out. I've got a bag of just unsalted, unroasted, just plain peanuts. Just a bag of some figs, dried figs, love figs. I have a box of cream of wheat. So usually I'll buy the ones that from the actual international store. This is actually from somewhere else, just because I was already there and I needed salmonella, or suji is another word for it, or cream of wheat. So lots of desi cooking with this, lots of desi desserts can be made with this. So I just picked up another box of that. And then I have some bhel puri and some chanachur. And you guys, you notice the Bengali writing on it, it's legit. Or so my parents will say. But yeah, these are just things that I wanted to stock up on during this time of year. So another really nostalgic thing that I had at iftar growing up was kind of this medley of different things. So boot, which is kalo chana or kala chana or something. I think this is what boot is. So I got a bag of this. This is such a staple item for Bengalis to have at iftar, boot and muri. So anyways, we would have boot, we'd have muri, we'd have kind of chanachurs and different kind of like these types of things. We'd mix it all up, break up some pieces of piyajus, which is another like pakora or fried fritter type of thing. Mix it all up, add some mustard oil and onions and some chili peppers, and it was delicious. So I am kind of wanting to recreate that as well for, you know, one of those not so healthy iftars that I'm gonna have. So that's why I picked up this. I already showed you guys the bag of the kala chana or boot that I bought. I've got a big bag of muri or puffed rice. It is not iftar without this as well, and you see the Bangla writing on this as well. So yeah, so we definitely had to restock this. All right, next I have some poha, and you know what? I don't remember the Bengali word for this, but my mother-in-law made a dish where she took this with some haldi or hulud and some other things, and it was so delicious. This is another thing that I kind of grew up having it in a sweet dishes or dessert type dishes and not in savory dishes, so that was a really interesting spin on it. So I just wanted to pick it up and kind of recreate that dish. I'll probably call my mother-in-law and ask her what she did with them, but yeah, I just wanted to pick it up and kind of try it out myself. I had to restock on my Masoor Dal for piyajus. Oh my goodness, guys, if you're Bengali, you already know what piyajus are, but it's basically just this mashed up with onions and a bunch of other masalas, and then you fry them up, and it's so delicious. Oh my goodness. I definitely have to have at least a few times during Ramadan. I have to have piyajus. So, and then the last thing I have here is this halim mix. So I can definitely do this myself. It's just a bunch of different dals or lentils with barley and rice and other things. But I thought this was super handy to have, and it just kind of puts it all together for you, because not a lot of times I don't have all the different types of lentils. So to have a mix like this is perfect. Then I can just add my own spices to it, or they even have halim mix spice at the store as well. So if you really want to keep it easy, you can do that. So yeah, definitely was excited to find this. All right, there you guys go. That's everything that I got at the International Food Bazaar for my Ramadan prep. So again, Ramadan Mubarak to everyone that's celebrating this month. It's definitely a very exciting time of year, and I absolutely cannot wait for Eid, which is at the end of Ramadan, to celebrate your month of fasting. And it's basically a time that you get together with all your friends and family over food. And you guys already know I love food. So if you like haul videos, please comment, like, share, and subscribe. And as always, live life tastefully balanced.